most favourite viewer. I absolutely love you. Now remember to like, subscribe, hit that fucking bell, even though it really should be a ring that bell, and always remember to fucking love me. Bye. Patreon minion!
Oh yeah, you like Teddy, don't you? You are my biggest fan.
Oh, sorry, usually that works.
Mistress, how can I help?
Why is there a camera in the bathroom?
Teddy wants a successful OnlyFans.
My imagination may never recover.
Mistress, you don't have to. You can sub and see it for real.
I'll get right on that. Never. Patreon minion!
I'm on camera 7! What do you want, mistress?
I've had a request from something called Patreon.
Wait, those are supposed to go through me.
Yeah, but funny story, I don't care. Also, it was part of the request.
I don't like the sound of that.
Look behind you.
Crap baskets.
I'm a pre-recording, you fool.
I'd listen to me. I'm really smart.
Yes.
The patron wants us to watch the movie together.
Well, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Who needs a sword?
What? I've escaped from the pit of despair before. I'll do it again. Ow! Hey, uncalled for. My nose itches.
If you don't stop complaining, you won't have one under this lovely, lovely mask.
Okay, my nose is fine. Ow! Ow! Okay, fine. What are we watching?
We're watching The Lock-In.
The Lock-In. What's that?
Oh, it's just a review that I've been mooting on and off for about 5 years now.
Oh, like how I watch your show.
It's an Evangelical Found Footage horror movie about a porn ghost.
Oh, God.
Yes, The Lock-In, the greatest found-footage evangelical horror about a porn ghost ever made. Because Harmless, the director's previous attempt, failed at Kickstarter. It's kind of a pity. Harmless looks bad, but kind of better than The Lock-In. At least it could afford varied locations. And Sadako for some reason. All this has is Evangelical Stifler from American Pie. Anyway, this was directed by Rich Prater.
And who the hell is Rich Prater?
A family-friendly,
Not my family, clearly.
evangelical Christian stand-up comic.
I think when God was creating the woman up in heaven, I think he was walking around heaven going, what can I create that would confuse and baffle the man so much his only choice is going to be to turn to me.
Also the director of The Lock-In, The Tithe Project, The Ancient Secrets of Essential Oils, and other increasingly made-up sounding films if he ever gets around to making anything else. And sadly, not the director of Harmless, because it didn't get made.
What I'm getting from that is that I shouldn't give a fuck.
It's a very good general approach to life.
We start with... Holy moly!
Where can I
keyboard!
We're off to a great start.
Truly excellent initial work there, guys. Sure. This film already feels like a prison sentence. Wait, the First Baptist Church? Wait, how old is this film?
Man, fucking Americans with their English language remakes that they pretend are the originals. First True Lies and now this. Wait, the families of those involved? Does that include the people who made the porn? Anyway, after that question that they really wish they didn't raise, we're at an interview with this guy, who's clearly important enough to be interviewed next to his boss.
I used to be the youth pastor at First Baptist Church down the road.
Okay, there's two main reasons an office chumley has to stop being a youth pastor. Either they looked at his hard drive, or he saw evidence of the power of Christ defeating a porn ghost, realized Christianity is all true, and then quit for some reason.
And then I saw the footage, and I had to leave. I didn't want to be a part of what was going on there, and I couldn't stay any longer.
I'm guessing it's the second one, but the general vibe of the scene does explain the HMP at the start.
Can you kind of tell me what you saw in the footage?
Let's just say I now believe there's a correlation between pornography and demon activity.
At least that's what I told my lawyer.
There's a hack joke.
It's funny, though, and some of this dialogue is just asking for it.
You know, it was taboo, something you never looked at, and you didn't do it, but to see what it did to those kids.
When did you first notice the problem?
In the backyard with my uncle.
In the backyard. With your uncle?
You don't think that you're going to release what was released, and that what's going to happen to those students happen.
I can't seem to straighten it out. It has no feeling. It's kind of numb.
It's a little bit safer than being a youth pastor, for sure.
If you would.
For what?
Have you kept in contact with any of the kids since then?
No, not really.
No? The restraining order. You understand?
Of what happened that night, and I hope that tape never sees the light of day.
Or I'll only be able to run for office in Alabama.
No one's denying that this scene is practically made for jokes like that. It's too obvious. Now let's get interesting with this. Clearly this guy and his reverse Hitler facial hair apparently thought that church was a social club for hitting queers, and feeling superior alongside the other toast of the town. AKA all the lightly bronzed white bread. But then he sees what in universe is absolute proof that the Christian God is real, Jesus is real, hell is real, the devil is real, and that porn literally raises hell, and he's chosen to leave the church because of that. The most logical explanation for this is that he looked at God and the devil and decided to side with the guy with the magic porn.
Yeah, it's real, and there's definitely satanic work going on with that.
Which is probably the most authentically human thing I've ever seen in an evangelical movie.
So what do you do now?
Well, now I work here. I sell insurance and
insurance accessories.
How did you view pornography before?
Well, mostly with my eyes, but sometimes I shut them and pretend I was blind. I was having trouble getting off one time, then realized I'd been inappropriate with the dog.
I hope that tape never sees the light of day.
And what are you going to tell your kids, as they're growing up about pornography?
To guard themselves the best they can, to keep God at the forefront of their life. I mean, spiritual warfare is real, and it's opening up a door to allow Satan and his minions to kind of enter your world.
This is why I ran away from God's protection as fast as I could. People don't talk about porn like this.
Oh, except in that evangelical snuff film that you reviewed once.
People who didn't script remake don't talk about porn like this. And I thought you said you didn't watch my stuff.
You ranted about it for weeks. I'm not kidding.
The poor bastard is really suffering from a bad case of porn traumatic stress disorder. Anyway, after nearly 5 minutes, the poor guy looking more and more disappointed in his decision to try acting, the introduction begins to wind down and we find out why the film exists.
I do know that the footage was actually, we had to edit it down to about 80 minutes or so because we had to take it to the elders.
So now you know that everything you see in this, someone thought it was important that some random old man watch at.
And give them the high points, I guess if you can call it high points.
This is officially the most self-aware Christian exploitation film I've ever seen.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Anyway, we're now on to the main plot as we meet our in-universe director. A guy so unimportant that I'm not even sure he even has a name. And kind of appropriately, for a guy in What an Idiot Thinks Camo looks like, he's a stealth main character. But you don't know that yet, so be surprised later.
He turns on the camera, picks up the porn mag, looks through it for a while, and then turns the camera off. Exciting. If only he found a way to monetize it to the old men watching this at church. He would have invented the deep web. The deep web.
This idiot is Blake, and he's the best evidence yet that Christians badly need to change their stance on abortion in the 67th trimester.
We are making a small little fun movie because we're going to a church lock-in tonight, and it is going to be crazy, intense, awesome.
I hear Salty might even turn up, unless he's made up like Santa Claus or Kirk Cameron.
Guess what? We're going to get crazy and have all kinds of fun tonight because we're cool.
Methinks the laddie doth protest too much.
Let's begin. Oh, 1 step, 2 step, okay.
Oh yes, evangelical parkour, you can tell, because they believe that only Jesus can truly be extreme. Anyway, as mentioned before, Blake is the Stifler of the film. Similar personality, similar ability to make you want to reach into the screen and pull out his nuts via his throat, similar uncanny valley, near-human visage, and most importantly, similar approach to his friends' mothers.
Ding, 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 dong!
Boys are here.
Oh,
Hey, Blake, come
this
on
is Kennedy. Oh my goodness,
What are you
it's so good to see you. Can I tell you that is literally the best pleasure of my life every time I see your face?
He is Christianing wrong both in prayer and motherfuckery.
I'm so glad the elders of the church had to see this.
Big sister is so hot. Dude, how did he turn out like that?
Just bros being bros. Asking why their bro Nick isn't sexy. No homo.
Your girlfriends are here.
All the homo.
That should bring him down.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine so.
Honestly, I'm wondering if his dad is the only person in this family he doesn't want to have sex with.
Well, obviously, they already did it.
Nick!
Holy shit, she red-shifted the audio.
And now the sound guy is deaf. Luckily, Jesus was nearby to heal him.
Luckily, no one fucking noticed, because the audio was shite.
Oh, okay, that's better. You scared my kitty.
Bye, Hagan cat. Should be used to it by now.
Nick! Nick!
Oh, Nick!
There is one main difference between Blake and Stifler, apart from Blake badly wanting to fuck him.
Okay, we're documenting the single most greatest event of your life.
Us being in bed together. Now, the main difference is that Blake's mission in this film is to get other people some American Pie. Because that greatest moment in Nick's life that he's so invested in is him kissing someone called Jessica.
Tonight is the night you and Jessica will kiss. Oh my gosh. Alright.
Seems fair. Blake already seems to be sleeping with everybody. Guy just wants to pay it forward. This whole scene's confusing in a way that only terrible writing or real life is confusing. Jessica is going to the same church lock-in as them, at their church, and yet Nick's parents have never heard of her.
Nicky, I've never heard of Jessica. Who is she? I don't know what you guys were talking about.
Who's Jessica?
Nicky, honey, Scott, who is Jessica?
Have we met her parents?
No.
Where does she live? What does her father do?
You know, I think that church is a little too mega.
It's Colorado Springs. It's a little too MAGA.
We tell her about that kid.
Did you kiss her,
No,
Nicky?
Mom, no.
Did you
pray about this first?
Yes.
Dad! Oh my God.
Fucking hell, it's like a deranged Robert Altman film. It's like there's 4 different scripts at once, and they're all fucking awful.
Where did you meet her, Nicky?
What are you doing? Like
You
listening to my
guys-
friends? We're
What-
just
what-
it's nothing. It's nothing.
Nicky, you're blushing. I know, Nicky.
His parents being convinced that the church login is a den of sin and vice isn't making the login cooler. It's ruining sin and vice for everyone else.
Listen,
Nicky.
look at me, Nicky.
All right.
I love you. I don't
right.
want you getting
We all
anybody
love you.
pregnant.
Don't fuck her in church, Nicky!
Yeah, but she can use the strap-on, Nicky.
We
I'm
all
not.
love
Don't
you,
touch
Nick.
her.
Don't. She's in my math class. That's all it is.
Did you
class.
solve her
Math
problems for
class.
her?
I met your mother
you're
in
a
math
man of
class.
God.
What is
You're a
this? Is on
strong
camera.
man
I don't
of
want
God.
to hear about this history lesson.
No.
Tell
Tell
them
them
about
about
no.
Why do the church elders need to watch this scene? The pastor said it was edited down to the highlights. How in the fuck is this? Oh, God.
Yes?
No! I'm speaking generally, as in, this means this is the highlights, which means they cut the bad stuff out.
Oh, me!
You went and had pizza with
Okay,
her?
we went to Little Luigi's, got some pizza.
Were you in the front or the back seat, Nikki?
Lady, I think the back seat might be where they made the pizza. I do love Nikki's mother, though. She's the perfect stereotypical Jewish for Jesus-ish mother.
Was
Of
it
the
to-go
restaurant?
pizza?
What do you mean front of back seat?
Was it to go or did you stay in the restaurant?
Anyway, it turns out that Christians apparently don't have peripheral vision, and definitely don't know what a lock-in is.
I know God tells us in the Bible to go forth and reproduce, but a lock-in is not the time or place, so please be careful, Nikki. What if a girl comes on to
It's
you,
just a
Nikki?
term for it. It's
How
not.
will you get out if you're locked in? You won't be able to get out.
We're not really gonna be locked in, Mom. It's like a padlock on the door. This is insane.
Well, it's a lock-in. What's that mean, Nikki?
It just means we go. We have like a party or something. That's all it means.
I can't tell if they just named the film after something they think their famously open-minded audience didn't know about, or they just insulted said audience.
I could kind of respect the second one, to be honest.
Me too.
Do they have a girl's bathroom and a boy's bathroom?
Of course they do. It's the church.
Are you being groomed to be a liberal, Nikki?
We just don't want you to get pregnant, Nikki.
Mom.
Christians get pregnant too, Nikki.
Of course.
Keep your barn shut.
You know, I think this film has just moved past the point of us taking the piss and it's just become text.
I love it when the film does that. Wow.
I thank you that you will protect him and give him wisdom. Help him stay in control of his hormones, Lord. Which is at least 25 years old. Father, he's just such a baby still.
Yo, hey, Nick.
Great work, Nick. Now he thinks you like him back.
Okay.
The greatest conversation.
That was
ever.
awesome. I don't care.
Nick, your parents are really weird. What's up with that whole barn door thing?
Dude, my dad's crazy. He grew up in like Arkansas or something like that. Like, I don't know.
How do you not know where your dad grew up?
Why not get your pet documentarian to rewind and review the footage? It came up a bunch of times in the previous scene.
Anyway, after nearly 28 years on Nick's sex life, the film has just remembered that it forgot to get them a possessed porn mag to be threatened by. Now, a sensible film would just remember it had this whole opening shot on the guy holding the camera with his porn and use that. Have him bring it with him, but nah, this is the lock-in and it's built different. Instead, out of nowhere, they bring up that the camera guy has a fetish for dumpster diving.
I can't like go outside and like just like.
Yeah, you for sure can't.
I couldn't go in my front yard.
Justin, I'm your friend, okay? I really am. I like you. But digging in the garbage is weird.
It's weird, dude.
Okay?
It's so weird.
It was like The Exorcist, if it started with nearly 20 minutes on Father Karras' sex life. Then someone finally noticed Max von Sydow and told him that digging up demon statues in Iraq is weird.
It's weird, dude.
Okay?
It's so weird.
Then Blake and Nick spend the next few minutes insulting the camera guy about his weird dumpster diving thing. Okay, fine.
1, don't tell anyone. 2, just don't do it, like, just normally, okay?
You need to tell us, get to the bottom of this whole dumpster diving thing. Like, what is your deal, man? Like, why are you always digging around for this treasure, like, in that dumpster?
You don't smell good, you don't look cool, and it doesn't help that you're homeschooled.
That's like the trifecta. It's like you leave the grandparents, homeschooled, dumpster diving. Like, cut that out.
But then they stop the car so Blake can go dumpster diving. Blake, not the camera guy, Blake.
Oh, dumpster.
There you go. There it is.
I'm getting rid of this crap in here once and for all.
Well, I suppose you couldn't get the guy who goes dumpster diving to actually go diving into a dumpster. That would just be silly. He's holding the camera.
Yeah, it was wet.
Oh,
that was just in your car and it was
God.
wet.
Guys, look what we have here.
What is it?
A lovely little treat.
And of course, in the dumpster, Blake finds a porno mag, all wrapped up in brown paper, like all the models were the country's sexiest wenos.
What? It's a nice little... No. Justin, what do you think it is? Home Furnishings magazine? No, it's a dirty mag.
We saw inside and shock horror. It looks like the lock-in got a porn mag for the articles.
Why don't we bring it to the lock?
No. Blake, are you kidding me?
Why not? Justin, give me one good reason why we shouldn't.
Because of all the semen?
No, this is Blake. They're just making one of more.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's not poggers?
Yeah, that works. This came out in 2014 and you have no idea what it means.
Well, I'm 35. I have no idea what it means either.
Justin, give me one good reason why we shouldn't.
Because it's a youth group.
Ever the one to want to help Nick get his end away, / destroy his life, Blake's hidden the mag in Nick's backpack.
Giving Nick a little surprise for later. It's gonna be so funny.
And nearly 20 minutes in and they finally arrived at the church. I think it's behind the disappointing Polytechnic.
Look at this kid. Roll your window. He doesn't even have a bag. Roll your window down. Wow, you trying to live with the church now? What is that? It's one night. What do you need that double bag for?
I say let's bully our friends and fellow Christians because we're the worst evangelicals. Or maybe just evangelicals in general.
Good one, freshman. Good one. I like it. Wow.
These guys are a classic example of the inverse ratio between how much screen time you have in this and how much you should be mocked for it. Soon our main trio were accosting some girls, the famous Neon Jessica Evangelist.
Hey, Jessica!
And her best friend Genesis.
Hey, Genesis, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, Genesis, where's your 65 siblings? Or did your mom get tired after the first few dozen? They were walking out at that stage, like a clown car. It's horrifying.
To be fair, that is a gimmick you need to be ridiculously dedicated to. Even the Quiverfuls eventually run out of arrows.
Excuse me, mistress. I have a suggestion for a joke.
Oh, really?
If she has an illegitimate half-sibling, perhaps they were named after the Apocrypha. May I relay the joke to the audience?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Oh, what's with the camera there?
So we're documenting the whole lock-in experience tonight for being senior year. So we thought, what better way to document it than with
eternal batteries, the spotless minds, because they're too stupid to turn the camera off. Inside, we meet the youth pastor before he gave it all up in order to meet interesting office equipment and failed to sell insurance to them. Nice of the pastor to inspire awe in the Lord by wearing such a god-awful shirt.
Anyway, say hello to the Triangle Shirtwaist Church.
The entire building is going to be locked up. You're not going to be able to get out. If you walk outside these doors, any of them, the fire alarm is going to sound.
There's also some dogs, a piranha tank, and some poison gas around the back.
This is really giving me flashbacks to my worst moments from MagFest. But on the bright side, thanks to these random CCTV shots, it looks like they got quite a neat setup for Laser Tag Christian Academy.
Laser tag is set up to play throughout the entire building.
Pastor Chris, you remember last time about Justin the lasers?
I do. It also means that, guys, you have a blue box, girls, you have a red box, and we don't make purple boxes.
Woo! Nick and Jessica!
Nikki, were you gonna make purple boxes with Jessica? Don't let any of those boxes through the barn door, Nikki!
And now he's talking about teenage girls' red boxes. Between this and all those lines at the start, it's like the whole script is an elaborate practical joke on this fucking actor. Oh god, now they're just sitting on the floor talking about shit.
Maybe they're all discussing how half the characters have weirdly pointy-looking haircuts.
Whatever it is, the porn ghost cannot come fast enough.
Is that?
Looks like they agree. Summon that porn ghost. Summon it. So Blake has obsessively spent ages trying to set up Nick and Jessica, but he put the porn mag in his backpack, and now he's happy that she thinks he's an asshole.
Blake, you're a pig. You're disgusting.
Blake, did you
It's like he's a really weird mix of a wingman and a cockblocker. Like a kamikaze man.
Like a kamikaze man.
I think it's part of his long-term plan to seduce Nick, get him horny, wreck his chances with Jessica, and then who'll he come on to? On, in, with, inside. No, I mean, and then who'll be there to fuck his brains out.
Blake, did you put that in my bag? I didn't do anything. I've never seen that before in my life.
Nick gets frog marched into the pastor's office, and because Christians still have no peripheral vision, they start recording the bollocking from the outside. I realize what I said could easily be misconstrued as sexual, but that's deliberate. I'm trying to encourage the porn ghost to eat them.
Pastor Chris, it wasn't me, I swear. I didn't bring that. It was in my bag. Blake or someone put it in there like a joke.
Hey, they worked on a neat trick for improving the audio. Recorded through glass.
Man, I know your parents, I know your dad especially has talked to you about the barn door. I know that...
Hey, I know about the barn door.
Okay. All right, and
You know, that barn door thing must be really weird if even the other Christians think it's weird.
I think it's to warn him about the dangers of doing up his fly after his dick's escaped.
I just figured at this point in your life you would be a little bit more responsible than this. And guys, get in here.
Oh shit, the Christians are evolving. That's cheating. These ones don't even believe in evolution.
Okay, so we were all in the dumpster and we all found it and we all looked at it.
Oh, this must be some weird American definition of all that means I, Blake, the homoerotic thumb, did it.
I don't even get what the big deal is, Pastor Chris. It's just like a magazine.
It's not just a magazine, man. That's somebody's daughter. That could be my daughter.
Do you have a daughter in porn? Or at all?
Okay, so it wasn't this time. Man, would you just go stand at my wife's house and just look in her window?
Pastor, if your wife wants to start a small window-based business, that's between her and her paying clients. Honestly, I think his big problem is they didn't pay for the porn mag. I love how the camera guy is just quietly allowed to record all this, as though they realize they need it for posterity.
Or because they know about the church elders' unconventional tastes.
Man, what about your Nana and Papa? How are they gonna respond to this? How are they gonna act?
We're recording it, probably.
On a daguerreotype.
Before we get too far, and I'm actually glad you're filming this, man, because I want you guys to be able to remember this later in life. Pornography is not good.
You do too much of it and you end up like me, unable to ejaculate unless you're strangling a puppy with a mime.
Or you get so obsessed that you start making snuff porn and end up stabbed by a pastor's wife.
Yeah, it's much better to be strong, become the pastor, and marry her, then it only feels like you're dying.
At least until the guy got obsessed with snuff porn and cuts your head off.
But what's the chances of that happening again?
Again, the movie was called Remake.
You know, I think I worked out why this guy stopped being a pastor. He couldn't handle being in 2 terrible A-list evangelical horror movies.
Wuss. Some people were in 3 Prey movies.
So finally it looks like stuff is getting started. The pastor is taking them outside past that weird-looking waterless seafront they've got going on to burn the porn mag. Eventually.
Just imagine how much longer it would take if there was actually a magazine in there.
I promise we're gonna burn it.
He could have just thrown it out, but honestly, I think the other pastors have been bullying him for never having burned anything with words on it before.
So that'd be a funny joke, you know?
But nothing good can come from it.
Nah, the good's more likely to come on it. It's kind of why it exists. Anyway, Blake's got something unusually pertinent to say.
That was the dumbest thing ever.
Unfortunately, the rest of the film will eventually prove him wrong.
Hey, Rachel. It's me, Jessica. So, I'm like at this church lock-in, and...
Variable sound, sometimes awful, sometimes crystal clear through a door. The church's acoustics really do move in mysterious ways.
And he's got this crap in his bag. Like, what do I do?
What the fuck is he doing? Trying to record some replacement porn? Why do the church elders need to see this? Honestly, with him there, I really think these people have bigger problems than a fucking magazine. Pun very much intended.
Oh, I get it. French class.
Unfortunately, they can't just take him outside and burn him. There'll be no film and the door's already locked. Anyway, looks like Blake's also making his play to seduce the camera guy tonight.
You're on my sleeping bag. Correction, I'm on my sleeping bag.
Whatever, Justin. You know the those sleeping bags. First come, first serve.
And I'm serving it up because I'm sleeping on it.
First served, first come. Either that or the film's taken. If he's not in frame, he doesn't exist to heart. Anyway, while that's happening, Nick finds... Drum roll, please.
Our best of luck, brother.
You freaking came to that, man? I just got busted by Pastor Chris. Oh, Jessica's mad at me. It's not even funny. Listen to me.
I have no idea where this came from.
What I love about this scene is that both of them jump to the conclusion that it's the exact same porn mag that they saw burned.
We all watched it burn, Nick.
And then what is that?
I don't know. I don't even know where it came from.
Rather than some auxiliary backup porn that the camera guy grabbed from the dumpster while they're out in the car park.
And then we get some more CCTV footage of various parts of the church, including it coming in the door. So apparently, earlier on, the porn ghost came into the church, left its resurrected porn Lazarus in Nick's sleeping bag, and then went off to get drunk until Nick found it again.
Thanks to the CCTV, you get to see that this church is old school. Built when Pedo Bear was a celebrated meme, when haunted creches were unexpectedly Islamic, and when lanterns were small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
Men were real men, women were real women, and small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri were real small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
So, believing that some magic shit is going on...
You watched it burn too, right?
Yeah,
we all
I was
got
there.
on footage.
They do the rational thing and decide to throw it into the dumpster in the car park. Unfortunately for them, lock-in means lock up.
Justin, you guys, I'm sorry, you know the rules. Nobody's allowed to leave.
Well, yeah. When you allow one definition of out, where does it end?
So they decide to do the next best thing and put it in the furthest bin inside the building. And how distant is this bin? Well, it's somewhere past the deformed tumor stairwell and located somewhere inside a queue area in the worst part of the Holy Land experience.
I think I worked out why this place is so big and why they were so quick to believe that the magazine was back. They all worship at the Church of Leaves.
Overall, it's a good plan to avoid getting in trouble.
Do you see a garbage can, Nick?
By the time the church gets around to emptying this bin, they'll have all gone home.
By the time the church gets around to emptying this bin, they'll all be in their mid-30s living in Portland.
Stop that. I know what you're doing.
No.
Make sure it's hidden. Alright, let's go. No, let's go. Okay. Alright. Glad that's over. Run! Run!
Holy shit, the dumpster dived! Well, at least someone in this doesn't believe in wasting good porn.
I sincerely doubt this is good porn.
Well, at least someone in this doesn't believe in wasting porn. Anyway, downstairs, it's Sunday night, the lights are out, and the church is deserted.
Where's everyone? Justin, do you know where anybody's at? I know where they went.
They were just here a second.
Portrait of a trio of morons who dabbled in something they shouldn't. Filmmaking. Now Nick, Blake, and the other ones find themselves trapped in a prison of their own church's making, while trying to avoid the clear sexual tension between several of them. In the Twinklight Zone. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
We walked upstairs, we're getting rid of the magazine, whatever, behind us. I don't know what happened with that.
Right.
So I'm saying there's nothing now, okay?
So, what's going on? I mean, we went upstairs to throw the magazine away and get rid of it, and then...
Gotta love their dedication to telling, not showing, by spending time debating what they just saw, when they could just rewind the fucking footage and look at it.
Like, it's a joke, you tell me.
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh, yeah, right.
Guys, calm
Because
down.
I would not
You
do
brought
this.
that magazine in
Oh my
here.
gosh, get on my face, Justin. Give me a second.
You tell me right now this is a joke.
Okay, like I would do this. Like I could plan
I don't
all
know.
this.
I don't even
like
think I
could
know
make
what
a
you
trash
do
can
anymore.
move on its own.
I don't have telekinesis, Nikki. I can't just take us into the upside down, Nikki.
If I did, I get laid even more, Nikki. 69!
Now, when we went downstairs, everyone was gone. All the lights are out, and...
Alright, way to say it the obvious, Blake, and we know that, okay?
Okay, well, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just trying to, like...
I'm just saying that as above, so below, so if we go into the basement, we'll end up back upstairs and everything will be okay. This is Paris, Texas, after all. Yeehaw.
This is Colorado Springs.
The upstairs is apparently in Florida. This room could be in fucking Johannesburg for all we know.
They decide to go looking for other people. It's a big building. They could kill a lot of time just going from room to room. But unfortunately, they don't believe in euthanasia.
Jessica! What happened?
She had an unusually sensible reaction to seeing you lot. That's what happened. So it turns out that the lights went out and everyone vanished when she was in the bathroom. So naturally, instead of just trying to leave or sticking to parts of the building she actually knows, she wandered into a far-off part of the building and hid in the Ku Klux closet.
Of course!
I like how the only lights working are the exit signs, just to remind them and us that although the film is bad, it's not technically hell.
Oh! Get out! Get out!
Is this gonna turn into a survival horror / Dead Rising hybrid where you have to find everyone else in the church one by one? I'm sorry, Mario, but your pastor is in another closet. Oh no! Wait, they're gonna half-heartedly try to batter down the doors. All of them. In order.
Get it open! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Okay. Oh my gosh! Come on!
This one's locked.
Locked.
It's locked.
There's one over here.
Let me guess. Is it locked?
Everything is locked. Alright, obviously, we just checked.
Holy fuck, I'm a prophet! Good. I hope it offends them.
What's really hilarious is they ignore a load of wide-open doors just to freak out at the locked ones individually.
Come on! Come on!
Ooh, light taps. I'm sure that'll defeat the powers of darkness.
Stop that!
I can't believe the movie lied! Yeah.
Aren't you meant to be tied up?
There. Oh wait, it didn't work? I can't believe the movie told the truth.
Hey, come on, come here. Stop throwing
It's okay. Listen.
Hey, if we can't open the doors from the inside, maybe we can open them from the outside. Let's set something alight or pull the fire alarm or something.
We can't do that. Oh, the powers of hell are one thing, but breaking the law will get us in trouble.
I think we should wait this thing out.
Wait, what out? Damnation?
The last 45 minutes?
Same difference.
What, do you have a better idea? You want to try and break that window down again?
Yes, please. That was the funniest bit. I'd comment on how it's a fire code violation to have all the doors locked like this, but much of 19th century history demonstrated that a lot of American Christians don't believe in fire. And I say what you will about the porn ghost, but at least he kept the drinks machine going. Although this plot does bring whole new meanings to the slogan, "Come alive with Pepsi."
They so desperately want to make this giant office-looking megachurch look ominous, it would have been cheaper and quicker just to film a service.
They head back upstairs in their efforts to show us every inch of this fucking place like the realtors and they desperately want to sell. Through the main hall, past the now ominously scattered song sheets.
Well, yeah, what's the point of picking them up? The porn ghost will just throw them on the ground and not touch anything that will cause actual damage.
And through yet another similar-looking door and stairwell to fuck knows where.
Have you guys ever been up here before? No, I don't think so.
Well, that's good. Now no one can try to explain the giant foot bath and the unexpectedly bisexual lighting.
Oh my god! Come on!
Okay, being locked in makes sense. It's called the lock-in. But not being able to come out at the unexpectedly queer on-site nightclub is basically a hate crime.
Oh yeah, he totally saw them.
Yeah, he's probably just tired of that church's bullshit.
Or he thinks they're having a rave.
How could he not hear us?
Maybe he didn't want to hear you. You're all really annoying. Anyway, all the excitement over, well, comparative excitement over, they're hungry.
Well, my mom and papa packed me a lunch.
Oh my god.
Just as if that's gonna feed all of us.
For the last time, camera guy, you're not Jesus, and we're not 5,000 guys with a hankering for fish sandwiches. Because they're all semi-damned at the moment, all the cupboards of earthly delights are closed to them. Honestly, I think this might dovetail into the barn door thing from earlier. Something's desperately trying to teach them the folly of opening things. Doors, legs, minds.
Why would anything open?
Well, I'm getting something very different from their inability to open things. That Christian teenagers are really weak.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
We're gonna starve. We're gonna starve to death.
Bitch, please, it's been 3 hours.
I'm not gonna starve to death. It's fine. No.
Everyone should just eat Blake. He'd probably enjoy the irony.
I love how none of them are even going to try the phone. They could be calling the Good Samaritans right now.
Alright guys, let's just figure something out. I think it goes to another
Justin, just put the camera down for right now. Just set it down.
Alright. This has got to be literally the worst.
Well, thank fuck they cut the 5 minutes he took setting up this shot. Not even the church elders needed to see that one.
This has got to be literally the worst night of my life.
Same.
Hey, it might not even be night. They're a bit vague in the passage of time.
To be fair, so are we. We never have an outside establishing shot. Seeing as they momentarily got bored with trying to escape, they need something pointless to fill this scene. So they discuss the porn mag.
Please.
This is because of the magazine?
Honestly, more evangelical films need this level of incredulity about their plots.
This is your guys' fault that we're in this situation. What is funny about that? Do you not understand how serious those magazines are? Do you have no, respect for women?
Hey, Jessica, maybe it was a gay porn mag. Blake liked it, so it could have been roadkill for all we know.
I mean, do you not understand the impact that they have? That is what destroyed my family.
Porn bit me and ruined my life, Blake!
Because my father couldn't let go of it.
I bet he couldn't. He was a goer. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more!
And it ripped my family to shreds.
Here's the thing, Jessica. The difference between your family and my family is my dad could let go. He let go a long freaking time ago. And you know all that he left me? It was a box full of magazines.
Ford raised me, Jessica. It's the only family I've ever had.
You know, if this is caused by porn, this should be happening way more often. This guy should be used to this by now. It'll be like going back to Pallet Town after defeating the Elite Four.
Yeah. The camera guy, too. Maybe that's why he's so quiet. He's just biding his time and waiting for them to realize that a cold shower is super effective.
He let go a long freaking time ago. And you know all that he left me? It was a box full of magazines.
That explains so much about him.
So I thought, oh, this is a funny joke, alright? I'm sorry. Did I intend for us to be attacked by a freaking demon all over our church?
It's cool, man, alright? So I know I know you didn't mean for it to get out of hand like that, alright?
Now they're all talking about all the times they totally didn't wank.
I mean, I started looking at it when I was 14. I was going up in my brother's room, and he just had the mag just like sitting out right on the bed, and I saw it, and I just...
Or they did. It's very hard to tell.
I looked at some pornography and my pop found out. He took my laptop into the driveway and just ran over it with the car. It really sucked, because all of my poetry was on there too.
Anyway, enough ad-libbing!
They left her to die. Onward, Christian soldiers, running away from war. I don't even know if that's the correct tune. I don't care. Well, they all got over that really fast.
What the fuck? They didn't even move!
There are better places to sleep than here. We know because you kept showing them earlier.
Either the porn ghost's glowing or the camera torch is on, and I fucking hope they're all drugged or their eyes cut out, because they're less embarrassing all around.
Guys, I think it was Genesis, okay?
What? I didn't know. I don't think so.
No, I swear it was her. Guys, please. I swear it was Genesis, okay?
But we don't know.
Stop saying her name. You're just making me want to know what kind of nutbag names their kid after the fall of man and the drowning of the world after the Puritan Age.
Fuck that. What kind of nutbag names their kid after the worst Terminator film?
Fine, I'm going to check.
Jessica.
Genesis!
By the time they finally find her, she'll be a fucking revelation. So she goes off searching for her friend, and somehow they manage to check every fucking room except the one that's currently pouring light.
It's obvious we've gone far.
But what?
Too far now. What if she's not? Do you see Genesis anywhere? Riddle me this. Is she anywhere around?
The light! It's behind you! The light! Go into it, you fuckers! At least the porn ghost is as sick of this shit as I am.
I swear I heard her. Where is she? Genesis!
Jessica! You know, I think this film might actually be better when you have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on? As I said, I have no idea, but I think she was eaten by a door. There's that anti-opening thing subtext again.
Right in this closet. Go. Shut the door. Shut it. Shut it.
This is really not the best film to be featuring three guys breathing heavily in a closet. Just saying.
Justin, turn that light on right now.
Guys, that's Jessica. That's Jessica.
Hold on.
Ugh, sounds like the porn ghost turning her vagina into a bi-monthly money train.
I want a womb removed and kept in a coven for bi-monthly money train.
These two guys only have two reactions to her screaming, run and hide, or run and try and help her, and they alternate between them.
Dude.
What is that? What is that?
That's the worst attempt to make a ball frightening since Fear.com.
It can't be done that.
If it's William Maloney, bags, I get to kick him in the nards.
It's kind of weird. For the first time in ever, stuff is actually happening. Evil ball, dark corridors, kid alone in the dark room type stuff.
Hey, bud. What are you doing here?
Oh, is it going to be a grave encounter?
Buddy?
It was a grave encounter!
You know, if this is the sort of thing that happens when Christians interact with porn, then why isn't Las Vegas a literal hell dimension?
Wow!
I said literal! We all know about Nevada!
There you go. Now we've had a very exciting 2.5 minutes full of strum and drang and loud noises and running and something that's technically a special effect, so now it's time to get serious. They're in the pastor's office and they spot a video camera set up.
Hey, check out this video camera. What is that? Can you see that? Yeah.
Naturally, they decide to take a break for fearing for their lives to watch some dude being interviewed about porn.
Of course!
Apparently this church takes confidentiality on faith.
Hey, we're actually gonna be filming this. If that's okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gonna elaborate on why, based on his reaction, this isn't the norm. Even the church elders think you're gonna turn against them and they want some blackmail material would do. But nah, the pastor randomly recorded this random porn confessional with this random guy and they randomly found it and randomly decided to play it. Good thing everything going on in this is literally magic or I might have to start complaining. Anyway, time for a porn confessional.
Well, we've talked about the porn stuff before, and she came home early and she caught me.
Well, it sounds like you should start coming earlier too.
We got into a fight, and she's now threatening to leave me again. And I don't know how to beat this thing.
Try using your other hand.
That's a terrible way to describe your wife.
Dude, not cool.
Yeah, and so now I'm noticing too, when I get into it, that something's different in the house. You ever catch things out of the corner of your eye? It's almost like people are watching me.
If you're masturbating to the point where you're giving yourself hallucinations due to lack of oxygen to the brain, I think you have way bigger problems than a porn ghost.
Yeah, like priapism.
Hey, let me go get you a tissue.
Oh, wait a sec.
Yes?
No, I meant wait a sec as in like, a general, an idiom. That's the youth pastor counseling him.
Holy crap, that is a rough youth.
At the start, he said he didn't realize porn was demonic until he saw the kids' footage.
And then I saw the footage, and I had to leave.
Which means he never even rewatched his counseling session that he recorded for some reason they never explain. Because if he did, he'd already know that porn is demonic. Or that guy suffers from a terrible gas problem. Probably smells like sulfur when he burps.
I just realized something too, behind him. That's a brown paper bag. This guy's a porn problem. What if the guy brought the porn here and the ghost or whatever transferred into the magazine and the pastor threw it out? This is why he burnt it instead of just throwing it out. He overreacted because he'd already dealt with it once. And this is why he freaked out and left the church when he saw the footage. Because whatever's going on here, he's connected.
We should probably stop trying to figure out what's really happening to this film. It's not healthy.
Well, trust me, I'm an old hat at this. It beats thinking about what's actually going on.
Oh, that was freaky. Oh my gosh.
They find a Bible open to a verse about exorcism.
It's the story of when Jesus was, talking to the demon-possessed guy and...
Honestly, I don't think the porn monster wants to be here any more than these idiots. It's a pornography demon. It's probably got much cooler people it could be possessing.
So how do we undo it? How do we get out of here?
I mean, we tried burning it and throwing it away like that. What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. I wonder what this Jesus guy did.
Hey, Scotty.
Jesus guy. I absolutely love that according to this scene, Blake's apparently not even a Christian.
I wonder what this Jesus guy did. That Christ would just, command the demons to go and they would go. What do you think this is, Justin? Bedtime stories? This fairy tale?
Hold on. All right, wait.
This doesn't happen.
Blake!
He just hangs out with them because he apparently thinks they're cool.
Guess what? We're gonna get crazy and have all kinds of fun tonight because we're cool, alright?
Okay, so let's say we try that. We say we get, this Jesus guy and we just yell at these demons. Think they're just gonna leave?
I'm used to Christian media featuring people who randomly have no idea who Jesus is, but they're not usually exclusively hang out with Christians, going to church events, and living in the USA's evangelical mecca.
This guy was the son of God, and we're just son of nobodies.
Okay, so at least he knows that Jesus is the son of God. Wonder how many years it took for that to stack.
I'm sick of this.
Was it safe to go out?
I don't know. What do you think, Justin?
I think we should end the scene. And don't call me Justin. Thank you.
They hear some running water, and ignoring the danger of the porn ghost, they rush to find it. It makes perfect sense. Who knows how far it could get before they catch up with it? The ghost's filling this thing that's meant to be the baptismal, but unless they exclusively baptize feet, I'm not seeing it. Well, that was exciting, so they had to celebrate by breaking into the on-site nightclub and stealing the pastor's personal supply of the blood of Christ.
Okay, no.
Go for it, Blake.
No. Okay, so here's you, Justin, like a little goob, and you're filming this.
This is me.
Either that or they've been locked in this room filming for 3 days. Apparently, something very similar happened during the filming of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anyway, neither of them care for the other's headcanon about what the fuck's been going on.
So I said, hey everybody, welcome to the lock-in, and it's so much fun.
Oh, Nick.
That didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
You know, you could just rewind the tape, though to be fair, I do kind of prefer Nick's porn version.
And she came up and she was like, Nick, I want to go. And you were just
None of that happened.
Anyway, Blake's so offended by sexual stolen valor that he decides to run off and probably get eaten.
Blake, come on.
Blake, this isn't.
Blake,
where are you?
Blake, come on, man. Blake.
Oh no, not Blake. He had lines.
He took up space.
Blake,
it's isn't funny. Blake.
Josh! Josh!
Calm down.
Josh!
Whoops. Sorry. That was the Blair Witch.
And this is Key and Peele. Balake! Balake! Balake!
Blake, come on! He's
gone.
Blake! No. Blake!
This is just weird. Blake's meant to be one of the main characters. He gets the most screen time. He's been there since the start, and he instigated 90% of the things that's fucking happening. But nah, apparently not. Maybe the actor needed to go home early.
What makes this even odder is that Nick's going to join him shortly.
Blake, I'm sorry! I didn't mean it!
Because the camera guy, who rarely speaks and whose whole personality is that he owns porn and likes to steal trash, is the actual, very stealth lead.
What? No.
What are we gonna do, Nick?
I don't know. Act badly some more.
Inexplicably become the lead, I guess? Oh, wonderful. Now they're hiding in the janitor's storeroom. I'm so glad I'm still watching.
Turn the light. Okay.
Oh, great. Now I'm not even watching. Still, at least it looks better now.
Looks more expensive, too.
Nick, this is God. Stop masturbating. You're badly missing the point of the story.
Are you kidding me right now? I can't believe this.
Neither can I. That's the youth pastor's emotional support printer. He was interviewed right next to it at the start of the film. I think he brings it with him. Like a binky.
Mom, Dad. Looks like you guys are right.
I understand now. The barn door, it needs to be shut. Anyway, nothing like facing his imminent death to make a man tell his parents about his porn habits.
Who hasn't? I mean, I've seen some videos. I've looked at some stuff online. It's just a magazine. I've seen that every day, right?
I mean, I've seen the Sears catalog and watched in his steps. I know women exist.
Also, how could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
I never thought it would come to this. I know I will never take it lightly again.
He's a little confused, but he's got the spirit.
Hallelujah.
When sees this, do not mess around with this stuff, okay? It's not harmless.
Nah, it's not harmless. It never got made.
If you meet anyone in the street offering you the first wank for free, don't take it. Give or receive? There's the question.
Take this as an example. If you see this, look what's happening here. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not funny, it's just stupid.
It's funny and stupid.
You alright, We made it this far, right? You and me, right? Just you and me, right?
We're the survivors.
Look at these motherfuckers acting like they're in a Vietnam movie. No, wait, correction. Acting like there are multiple Vietnam movies at the same time.
We're gonna get out. We're gonna wait in here. And someone's gonna come.
We've been here for
someone is coming.
I'm pretty sure that's how all this crap got started.
I hope after all this crap, at least someone's coming.
Someone is coming, Justin. Someone is coming.
They hear some more noises and decide to make some noise right back. Summoning up all the pent-up 2007 meme energy that can muster to duet.
Leave us alone! Go away! Leave us alone!
Somehow it didn't work, though, because pretty soon Nick's also been taken.
Nick, where are you, man?
Leaving this guy, the personification of Dill, as the last man standing. Dill, because he's green and rarely says anything of interest, has very little screen presence, and leaves a very bad taste in my mouth.
Wait, why is he in there again? They hid in there, and then Nick went off and told the printer about his sex life, and then they went to wherever the fuck this is and had a freak out, and now he's woken up in the janitor store again? If you're brave enough to split up and wander around, then why would you choose to sleep in here?
They must have explained it in a bit they didn't want the church elders to see.
Oh, how fucking boring that explanation must have been. So there's 10 minutes left, and this is such a brilliant choice of Last Man Standing. We know and care so much about this guy. What's his name again?
Rudiger.
Oh, we know and care so much about Rutger Hauer.
No, he's not called Rutger.
Like he has a fetish for rubbish and has so little charisma, he wasn't even put on screen for 95% of the film.
Omega Doom fans, I want you to know I do not agree with these lines.
Fuck you, Rutger Hauer. Fuck you and everyone with the same name as you, which I assume doesn't include anyone beloved in any way.
He's not called Rutger Hauer, is he?
No, probably not.
Oh. I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Well, that depends on whether he's got the hang of climbing out of his grave yet.
Yet?
Well, I wouldn't worry.
Oh,
because, you know, he'll be coming for you. But also, he'll arrive after we finished watching the film, probably.
So, because we're nearing the end and the porn ghost has had enough of this shit, he just decides to drown him. Oh, wait, he's been dragged underwater. It's baptism.
Symbolism!
Indeed.
Get off! I love how he sometimes remembers to try and hide the fact that he's got a wedding ring on. And I wish he sometimes remembered to hide the crewman who wandered into the shot during the big finale and started watching.
Well, that's clearly just Jesus waiting for him to finish praying so he can save the day.
Jesus could probably afford better footwear. This is the big finale, the sinner redeemed, the point of the film, the blood of the lamb saving the camera guy.
Jesus. God, I need you.
And they didn't do another take.
Beautiful.
Actually, wait, I'll use my editing tech, which is 5 years older than this film, and cut him out. There you go. Aren't we glad they didn't just do that?
Jesus. I need you to come save me from this.
Now's probably a good time to mention this is the worst demon of all time. Pretty much everything in this film has possible rational explanations. Most of it could be the work of a fucking cat. Or the crap demon in the screw tape letters.
That'd be Wormwood.
Well, yeah, but it'd be funny if it was screw tape.
No one ever accused C.S. Lewis of being funny.
Get out of here! In Jesus' name, I command you to go!
I don't know about me, but he's scaring the shit out of you. I love this scene because he yells at the demon to leave.
Get out of here! Leave me alone!
And then successfully runs away from it, meaning that someone, somewhere, badly misunderstood the meanings of the word exercise.
What?
Justin, what the heck?
Anyway, here's the swerve ending. Calling it a twist is giving it a bit too much credit. Blake, Nick, and Jessica don't remember anything that happened. And according to them, they threw the porn mag away and then spent a few hours partying.
What don't we remember, Justin?
We went to throw away the trash can.
Yes, and then we went back downstairs, had pizza, played some dorky games with Pastor Chris.
Which means that the three he was with in the Phantom Zone weren't real. That they were created with a porn ghost, who also replaced him in the real world and no one noticed.
Hey, I just thought of something. There's all that CCTV of them running around together and being attacked by the ghost and panicking about stuff. That means that they're actually there in the same building all along, and it wasn't an alternate reality or something. And the only thing that could see them was the cameras, because the cameras are fucking magic, which explains why they never had to change the fucking batteries.
I can't tell if this is a clever ending or not.
It's an ending. That's all.
I thought I tied you up.
You tried.
Hey, no, wait a sec. That means that the Nick who gave the anti-porn spiel was actually the demon. And there's no way they intended that, so they just came up with that ending, thought it was cool, and never bothered thinking it through.
I am trying so hard not to make an obvious joke about Christianity right now.
Maybe the demons are all trapped in there with them. Maybe in hell there's a better horror movie about some porn demons having a lock-in and they're being bothered by some fucking humans.
Oh, hey! Leave us alone! Please stop! No! Please! Stop! Just what? Please leave us alone!
Shut the fuck up! Some of us are trying to fornicate here! Hell, you can make a weird explanation about what's going on here. The demon gets into the church, it fills the baptismal font, it drags Justin underwater. What if there is no demon and it's just God moving in very mysterious ways? Anyway, the camera guy goes full circle, camera set up in his bedroom, messing around with porn, which if you screen grab you can see is actually Town and Country magazine. That is a lot of alleged porn, dude. The internet is free. Yeah, lie back in your bed. The church elders need to see that.
Well, that was the lock-in.
Wow, fuck you.
Didn't you watch the film? Not allowed to.
This film makes very little sense, is terribly acted and hilarious in every way possible. It's the best sort of terrible film, one that came from a burning desire to do something important, something good, and then it all went wrong. In fact, here's a comment that I'm pretending came from the makers.
A spokesman said, "This is the one thing we didn't want to happen."
Honestly, I'm sad the only place to find this seems to be YouTube, because I totally would buy this on DVD. I'm also sad that Harmless, the original version, was never made, because holy fuck, they actually went outside and attempted to visuals.
This film is trying so hard to be like the OG found footage horror films, where the tension is built slowly with vague dialogue alluding to the power of the witch or demon and having nothing on screen until the very end, letting the imagination of the viewer run wild. However, this does a terrible job of it. The very concept of the porn demon is very hard to take seriously at all from the beginning, especially since it doesn't seem to be affecting the main characters in any way except paranoia. Quite frankly, I'm still not convinced that they didn't just accidentally eat Mrs. Kennedy's special brownies that she was saving for when the kids were out of the house.
I had some thoughts about Justin, the camera guy, because the only explanation I can think of for why he inexplicably became the lead, except for practical reasons like him holding the camera, or because another actor to drop it early, is that he's the audience surrogate. We watch the film through Justin's eyes, he rarely speaks because that ruins the illusion that the characters are talking to us. Ironically, it also gets ruined by everything being shit. Interestingly, Justin is arguably the most moral of the three. He's against Blake bringing the magazine.
Justin, give me one good reason why we shouldn't.
Because it's a youth group.
He's not obsessing over a girl in church.
And she came up and she was like, "Nick, I want to go."
He's just weird.
But digging in the garbage is weird.
It's weird, dude.
Okay?
It's so weird.
So maybe there's a point here that the lesser sin still needs saving. No, there's no fucking way that's what they were going for.
Well, that was that.
Seriously, fuck you!
How rude. Just for that, I have another film for you.
Oh, another Patreon betrays me. I'm fed up with this world!
Oh, no, this is all me. This is a little film called Assassination 33 AD, an evangelical sci-fi thriller about some Muslim fundamentalists who go back in time to assassinate Jesus.
What the fuck?
I thought you'd like it.